Hello and welcome to this new video tutorial of Shopware 6 GDPR plugin. Now you can make sure that your online store complies with all the latest European Union regulations and guidelines for user data protection. The Shopware 6 GDPR plugin consists of various tools and features that enables you to secure and protect your customers' private data. The customers can request for data update or delete. They can access their data immediately in PDF or HTML format. Customers can view all of their data related to their account, orders, and address. The admin can enable or disable the GDPR module at the storefront. The admin can also set the terms and conditions and cookie block content in the GDPR configuration. The admin can enable the cookie notice on all pages of the website. The admin can see the customer data update and delete requests in a grid. Admin can update the status of each request to pending, processing, complete, or decline. On each status update, customer will receive an email and much more. So in today's video tutorial, I'll be taking you through the workflow of the Shopware 6 GDPR plugin at the storefront, at the customer's end, and at the admin's end. I'll be showing you how the admin would be able to make the configuration settings for the Shopware 6 GDPR plugin in the backend of the Shopware itself. But before I proceed further with this particular video tutorial, please do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to receive the latest updates from our end. And if you find this particular video helpful, then do kindly give it a thumbs up. So the very first thing I want to show you is the cookie thing. So as soon as the customer lands, he can see this particular cookie on the right hand side, as you can see, and from here he can tap on the got it button to accept the cookie, what we say as the notice there. Now the cookie can be displayed on the left or on the right position on the bottom left hand corner of the web pages, and the admin can display custom cookie content within the same as well. Apart from that, the admin can also enable the customer data agreement, and what that would do is on the registration page, for example, a customer is coming to register as a new customer, then after entering his details, he'll have to accept to the terms and conditions of the GDPR there. So the admin can enable the customer data agreement, and the agreement checkbox label, this particular label is a customizable one, and you can set it up as per your own requirement there. So we have set it to I agree to terms and conditions of the GDPR there. And the admin can also set up the agreement content that would be visible to the customers before they proceed further to become a customer within the store there. So to view the terms and conditions, you have to tap here on the I agree to terms and conditions of the GDPR, and that will display the terms and conditions within a particular pop-up there, as you can see right now on your screens there. Apart from that, you also have the privacy. I have read the data protection information. They can read the data protection privacy policy as well. But the actual one that we are talking about right now is the enable customer data agreement and the agreement checkbox label that can be set up by the customer along with the agreement content that is visible after tapping on the particular agreement checkbox label there itself. So this was the two things that I wanted to show you at the storefront. One was the cookie thing that you see on the bottom right hand corner right now. The other one is the customer data agreement that needs to be agreed to for before registering within the store there. And now let's log into the customer account here by entering the email address, password, and tapping on the login button thereafter. Now after the successful login there, here you can see one option is there with the name data request. So if I go to the data request, this option comes after the successful installation of the Shopware 6 GDPR plugin itself. After tapping on the data request, here we will find the customer data request section where you can request the data access, and you can access the data in a PDF file format, or you can also view it in a HTML format. Apart from that, you can request the data update. You can enter the description for the update that you want to do within the data of your account within the store there, and you can submit a request by tapping on the submit request itself. Apart from that, if you see here, you also have the request to data delete. So here you have to enter the delete description, the data that you want to delete within the store, enter the description for the same, and tap on the submit request thereafter. Now after you have requested the data update or delete, you can see the request list here within which you can see the request status as pending, declined, or completed. a request type, whether it's an update or a delete request, the message that you sent out, the creation date and updation date as well. Now let me do one thing. Let me go to the home page and let me place an order first, so that we are able to see the details of the order as well. So let me add this main product into the cart and let's make a checkout thereafter. So I'll just check here, I accept to the terms and conditions, and I'll tap here on the submit order button. Now after I've placed the order, now I can go to the data request section once again. Let me go to the back to the shop, my account, data request section. Now I can request the data there of my account there by tapping on the get PDF or get HTML one. So if I tap here on the get HTML, then HTML data would be displayed to me, having the account information like email, prefix, first name, last name, title, company, birth date, and the account information having the address there, along with the telephone number, wire, department. If I've placed any orders, so those orders would be visible as well. This is the same one that we have just placed a few minutes ago there. So this is the data that we can access, and we can view it in the HTML format, or we can also request a PDF file for that. So you have to tap on the get PDF, the customer data would be downloaded. You can open it up, and this would be opened up in your browser or in any of the PDF readers that you have on your system there. So here are the details. Account information is there, the address information is there, the order information is there for the customer itself. Now let me cancel that out. So this is how we can request the data access there using the get PDF and get HTML buttons there that we have. Then we have the request data update and the request data delete option. So to generate a particular request using the same, what you can do is you can tap here, kindly update my address details. Let me correct that out. Address details to Aberdeen house number 45 Street Lane, California, USA. Okay, and then we can tap here on the submit request for the data update there. Now this request will be sent out. Okay, there is already a pending and update delete request there from the customer here. So here you can see that we have a pending request already for the update there. 2 of the delete requests have been declined by the admin. 1 update request has been completed by the admin. So now let me take you to the admin backend panel and let me show you the rest of the workflow there. So I'll just take you to the Shopware backend, and we'll enter the username, password, and tap on the login button thereafter. Let me cancel this out. Now after the successful installation of this particular plugin, we need to navigate to settings, extensions, and here we will find 2 options. One is the GDPR configuration and the GDPR request. First, let's check out the GDPR request. So here's the update request that has been sent. Hi, please update my payment information. I'm not able to do so. It's in the pending state. The creation date is there. No updation date is there. From here, I can delete this request or I can edit it up. If I edit it up, I can see the request message from the customer. And from here, I can move it to decline, processing, or completed. I can, for now, let's make it as completed, and let's tap here on the save button. Now if I go to the front end here on the customer end, here we have the update request. It's in the pending state. Let me refresh it out. Now at the same time, a mail would also be sent out to the customer updating him of the same. The request status is completed. Now if I go ahead and I request a data update, kindly update my address details to. So it's just a demo purpose there, and I can tap here on the submit request to submit the particular request to the admin for the data update there. Similarly, I can go with the other one as well. So for now, there's some issue there with the internet maybe. So that's why the detail was not sent out. So let me take you once again back to the admin backend panel. So let's cancel this out. Let me refresh this page once again. Alright, now if we see, we can see the particular request being generated here at the admin's end, that the customer had requested for the update one. Kindly update my address details too. The status of the request is pending right now. The creation date is here. Now the admin can go to the customers, can go to the overview, for example, and from here he can select any of the customers. For example, I want to make changes to test@webpool.com. I can edit it up. I can go to the address section. I can check the address here. I can edit it up. I can make changes to the address of the customer here as per the requirement as sent out by the customer there. And after I've made the changes here, I can come back to the settings section, extensions, GDPR request. I can check the particular request for the address update. I can edit it up. I can make it from pending to complete, and I can tap here on the save button to save the particular request. Now if we go back to the settings, extension, GDPR request, we can see the update request has been done by the admin. Kindly update the address details too, and it's showing as completed. Now similarly, the customer, let me refresh the page of the customer here. Okay, so there was that issue with the internet there. Now here you can see the status request is completed. Kindly update my address details to the creation date. The updated at details are visible to the customer as well. Similarly, you can request for the data delete as well. For example, you want to delete your account or something like this. You can generate a please delete my account, and the request type would be delete, and the admin can accept it or process it further as per the requirement there, right? Now let's see the initial configuration settings for the Shopware 6 GDPR plugin there. So we'll go to the settings, extensions, GDPR configuration. Let me log out of the customer account here. So here we had this particular section, that's the enable customer data agreement. Here let me show you how we can set this up and how we can set up the terms and conditions for the same, and or the content for the same. And let me also show you how we can set up the cookies that are visible on the bottom right hand or the left hand corner as per the requirement there. So let me refresh the page once again. On the right hand side you saw the cookie policy there. So under the settings, we'll navigate to extensions and then GDPR configuration. Here we'll enable the GDPR for our store by enabling it up by choosing the yes. Otherwise, to disable it you can choose it as a no. Then we have enable customer data agreement. So if you have enabled this option, then on the sign up page, here on the I am a new customer sign up page, we will have this I agree to the terms and conditions, and this I agree to terms and conditions. So the GDPR label is a customizable one, and you can set it up as per your own requirement there. So if you have enabled the customer data agreement, then you have to set up the agreement checkbox label. So I've set it as I agree to the terms and conditions of the GDPR. The same is visible here to the customers as well before they proceed further to register themselves as a customer within your store there. Then we have the agreement content. Here's the content of the agreement. As you can see, the same content is visible here. If I tap on that, the same terms and conditions are visible here within the same as well. Then we have enable cookie notice. If you want to enable the cookie notice on your website pages, you can choose it as a yes. Then you can set up the cookie block display position, whether you want to display it on the bottom left hand side or the bottom right hand side. We had set it up as the bottom right hand corner, so that's why the cookie policy was visible on the bottom right hand corner. If you see here on the bottom right hand corner itself, right? Then we have the cookie block content. So you can set up the cookie block content as well. Otherwise, if you want, you can also enable the custom cookie content as per your own requirement. There you can choose the cookie block content. Then we have the email template for the customer for the GDPR data request. So the default message would be sent out that your GDPR data request has been updated. Data request update. You can also enable the custom template content as well as per your own requirement there. You have to enter the email content for the same. Then we have the email template for the admin. New data request has been added. For that, the particular one has to be selected here as well. You can enable the custom template content for the email template for the admin there, as we did for the email template for the customer. So after making these configuration settings here, what you need to do is you just need to tap here on the save button to save the configuration settings for the Shopware 6 GDPR plugin itself. So yes, that was much about the Shopware 6 GDPR plugin, and I hope it helped you out in understanding the workflow of the same. And I hope now you can make sure that your online store complies with all the latest European Union regulations and guidelines for the user data protection. And I also showed you how this particular Shopware 6 GDPR plugin consists of various tools and features that enable you to secure and protect your customers' private data as well. So if you still have any questions, queries, suggestions or requirements regarding the same, then you can anytime get back to us at support@webcool.com, or you can raise the ticket at webcool.qvideos.com as well. And if you find this particular video helpful, then do kindly give it a thumbs up. And lastly, thanks for watching this particular video, and have a great day ahead.